He's going. Dusty Bogan here. So just reading some news today, and something I have to comment on, and I hate to always go after like gays and trannies. You know what I mean? It's just like it seems a bit unfair, but you know what? These people write the articles. These people are doing this crap, so I have to comment. I have to jump on the bandwagon. I can't help myself. So yeah, what I was reading, so I'll just read you the first heading of this thing, right? It says, so the University of Technology Sydney has rolled out all gender bathrooms in support of gender diversity. What will be next, mate? But you gotta like, if you read further in the article, I guess it's just pathetic, really. I find it just fucking stupid. So let's continue. And sorry, no one likes to hear a bloke sit here and read an article, but we gotta do these things. So yeah. Anyway, it says the university has introduced the concept in a bid to make students feel safe and welcome on campus. While the university already had, it's fucking stupid, unisex bathrooms, some students felt this wasn't inclusive enough. Fuck, these people are going to be like rolled in little balls, rocking back and forth. Life's not very fair. I mean, now here's two ideas. Read the Bible. It's a fucking war zone. It's an epic adventure and tale. It's full of terrible, terrible things. Everyone gets screwed over. Even Jesus gets screwed over, and all of his disciples. It's even worse in the Old Testament. But then here's another thing to think about. So it's just stupid that these people want. They just want to feel safe. They just want to. It wasn't inclusive enough. They want a little safe space. They want to feel okay. So the Bible's just fully brutal. Okay, what's the other biggest, maybe influential belief system on the earth? How about you read Origin of Species by Charles Darwin? Because it ain't a pretty tale. So either ideas on life, how you look at how we got here on the planet, both of them, it's terrible. There's not many safe places, and I think hurt feelings is the last thing we need to worry about in this life. But anyway, good on them, and I think it's stupid that it's like the concept. Oh, we're rolling out the university. They're rolling out the concept in a bid to make students feel safe and welcome. They already have fucking unisex toilets. What more do you want to do? It's just stupid, eh? So I'll continue anyway. The statement from UTS, that's the university, reads, some people within the community don't identify with traditional binary genders, male or female. Others don't feel comfortable using a bathroom designated by gender. Sometimes because they have had a negative experience using a single gender bathroom due to their appearance of gender identity. So, I find it stupid. They don't feel comfortable using a bathroom designated by gender. Well, what are you going to do, mate? We're going to have to change fucking everything. We're going to have to change everything in society. You know what I mean? I drove past the billboard on my way home, and it's like, they're selling protein, and it's like, for her protein, it's a Sheila, and then next to it, it's like, for him protein, and a dude. And I thought, someone's going to complain about that sign. It's crazy. It's crazy. But see, if no one mentions these articles, if no one talks about this stuff and just say it's pretty fucking stupid, if we don't pull up at every time, they'll just roll it out. The glitterati, the rug will be rolled out, and it will just fucking happen. And next thing you know, it will just be like a weird as world we live in, or it's the world of hurt feelings. It's the world of making sure everything's okay for everyone, and it'd be fucking strange. I remember going to the movies once, and there was these trannies, and they were like fucking rigs, like you could see the stubble on their face still, and yeah, they were like in the male toilets taking a piss. This is at South Bank, Brisbane. I was like, we just had a laugh, and they were fucking rigs, mate. They were bigger than me and my mates, and it was quite funny. And I think that's them trannies, and then the trannies who are coming to my Bible study. 2 different trannies coming to my Bible studies. They actually enjoyed it. Not a problem. They enjoyed coming to Bible studies. So quite funny. And then another story. Get this: the tranny, one of the trannies at my youth group, young kid. The boys were like, she was using the girls' toilets, but she's a boy. She should be using the boys' toilet, shouldn't she? And I was like, what? They're asking me, like, they want me to do something about this. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, isn't it unsafe? I'm like, you're like, here's like a fucking 12-year-old telling me this, a little gang of like scooter rats complaining to me about it. They didn't really care. They were just trying to stir trouble. And I was like, all right, boys. I'm like, how many of them went in there? And they're like, oh, like 6 girls. I'm like, they're pretty fucking safe, mate. Like a whole little tribe of them went in there. I'm like, you got nothing to worry about. It's safe as. I'm not going to say anything. But I said to the kid, if you give him shit about being a tranny, I'll fucking throw you in my car and drive you home myself. Because they were just stirring trouble. And the only reason I did that, because I know for a fact these people, it's true, they have fucking poor mental health problems. Like, it's widely known, the stats on suicide rate amongst the gay community. And the thing is, in like fucking Sweden and all them countries, they've literally done all this shit. They've done everything, given these people everything they fucking want. And the suicide rate, I think it's even gone up, even more. So it doesn't fucking work. Giving them everything they want doesn't work. But in saying that, I'll tell you what, didn't like seeing the young lads laughing and joking, giving her shit. I was like, fuck, just give her a break, boys, because she's got enough fucking dramas as it is, right? And they're like, yeah, all right. Like, just leave her alone. And that's all I did. Because, just who cares? Get over it. I think these people, in their mind, they make such a big thing about all this stuff. And I don't think it's really a fucking problem, but I mean, it is a problem when I'm looking at this article. And yeah, so they've got all gender restrooms. They like put a fucking sign. So it's like a man, woman, and then like a half man. Ooh, it's kind of silly. And at that point, you think it's being forced down our throats, all of us. And then soon it'll go into all these different areas. So I'll continue reading. Yeah, so it said, while the university already had unisex bathrooms, some students felt this wasn't inclusive enough. Holy crap. And what kind of problems do these people ever had in the toilet, like in the bathroom? Like, I remember taking a piss and looking over, and this tranny's taking a piss. So she's probably going to rage out. Remember when Ben Shapiro had that tranny who was like, shut your fucking mouth, and like raged at him? We're the ones fucking worried. Nah, only joking. It's all good. And I actually find trannies like usually fucking joke around and have a laugh. They're not so, if you look, I don't know, if you look back in pop culture, even in the 90s, there was heaps of gay and tranny shit and no one really cared. And they were like funny. And now the gays have gone full militant gay. They're aggressive and scary. It's funny, right? Here we go. The statement from some people in the community don't identify with traditional binary genders, but here we go. I already read that. All gender bathrooms provide a space that can be used comfortably by everyone. Oh, fuck. So I'm going in there. You can see if you have a look in the video when we went to Stefan Molyneux and Lauren Southern in Brisbane and Antiphars there, you can see it. It's got like 4,000 views. If you watch it, we actually joke around and I pretend to walk out of the female toilet and we're kind of taking the piss out of this stuff, just having a laugh. I'll continue reading. While unisex toilets are marked with male and female symbols, all gender bathrooms include an additional symbol. Wow. As well as the words all gender to acknowledge gender diversity. Fucking what an awesome university. They can be found across 9 of the university's buildings. Well, fucking that's amazing. And that's it. That's the whole fucking article. But like, I'm telling you, this is the, this is just the start. This is just the start. Imagine if people cracked the shits if you even commented about it. This article, they're telling us what's happening. It seems to be, no one's taking the piss here. No one's really talking about it. They'll just let you know what's happening. But, if anyone wants to criticize it, I wonder if they'll be silenced. You know what I mean? And, it always starts in the universities. It starts in the universities. They roll it out. I think it's already been rolled out in some of these sports, like huge sports stadiums. And, like, I read something, they were thinking about it, or possibly it had happened in Melbourne about them changing the bathrooms to these, you know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, there's probably a fucking risk of like pedophile freak shows or just bloody, predators, like sexual predators, deviates hiding in there, like gropers, you know what I mean? It's a huge fucking possibility, you know what I mean? So sure, there's that element and risk of rolling the shit out and thinking like, fuck, it's weird. It just further complicates things, and it makes it fucking unnecessary dramas just to make someone feel good. That's what I think. Every fucking transgender toilet should just be like a filthy portaloo. You know what I mean? Or is that like where we're going? It's just going to be single fucking portaloos everywhere with these 3 symbols on there now. And it's just like Melbourne with the pedestrian crossings. They're going to they rolled it out. They spent like fucking a fortune. And I don't know if people know about this. When you cross the road, like in Australia, they have like a little man and he's like red. And it's like beep, beep, beep. And then it goes green man walking. And it's like beep, 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 and everyone walks. So in Melbourne, they cracked the shits. And they had them all changed to one of these I think it was a woman. They changed it to a woman sign. They spent thousands, a fortune. So now, is that going to be good enough? And are they going to want to put this weird gender guy, the gender symbol, the binary gender person, just to be inclusive? So when people cross the road, I felt fucking uncomfortable crossing the road. Fuck. And like, there we go, you know what I mean? And where did it all come from? Came from the gay vote. It came from the gay vote. You let one thing in and the fucking never ends, does it? So you've all heard it 1,000 times from me, but I just want to point it out. I just want to point out this stuff because as it keeps happening, we've got to keep talking about it. Just keep having a laugh. And I wouldn't want to be an alarmist about this stuff. It's probably not too much to freak out about. Like, who really cares? And it's just like the fucking tranny kids and the old youth group, or the trannies who would come here for Bible studies. And they're harmless and fine. And there's one thing, that I probably could say more, and that's I'm never afraid about a fucking tranny or a gay ever killing someone or throwing them off a building like a Muslim. So, can't give too much shit to the gays, can we? For the most part, I probably never actually met a bad gay person. Do you know what I mean? They're pretty decent, good. So, even though I'm more conservative and traditional values, and I would like to keep things the way they are instead of fucking changing everything. That seems to be the current that we're in at the moment. People are getting really overexcited about just reinventing every fucking thing. Nothing's tried and true. Everything needs to be fucking changed. But anyway, maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned, but I think I'm absolutely right, by the way. So you're fucking wrong and I'm right. But yeah, just clear that up. I definitely think that the gays. No one's ever heard of a fucking gays flying planes into buildings or nothing that fucking extreme like our Muslim friends. So yeah, Muslims are way fucking worse. But the gays, it's like, if you let them fucking change the pedestrian signs and all the fucking toilets, what's next? All the brands are getting changed, all the billboards and advertisement change. Heaps of stuff changes the fabric of society. And one thing I think is weird, I'll tell you, this is story time. This is what happened. The kid at church who is transgender, one of the parents was quite, progressive, and she's like, I think it's brilliant. I think it's so good, talking to me. Oh. And I said, yeah. I'm like, but do you understand? I think that the medicine they give these people to transition, the hormone blockers, I'm like, you understand she'll most likely never be able to have her own biological children. Do you understand that? And she's like, oh my goodness, is that true? Is that real? I'm like, yeah, it's fucking true. I mean, I'm like, why don't they just stay gay or lesbian and they could act, mate? They still have the potential to create their own biological children. So I mean, my encouragement to the trannies, whatever, be like, don't fucking do it. Create your own children. Create your own biological children. As a Christian, conservative Christian, you're like, well, that's a bit inconsistent with your fucking belief systems, Dusty. But do you know what? I think it's you could be like a god, create life in your own image. You have the gift of life to hand your family name on and keep the lineage alive, keep it going, keep the family tree going. And that's a part of all this culture. It's like an attack on the traditional family structure, and I think attack on the family tree as the branch continues to grow. And here we are in our generation, ready to grow our the next family, expand the family tree, and create life, create more family as it continues and grows through the generations. And here we go, these fucking poor people have been manipulated to take this medicine that, bang, it ends the family tree. It just stops. The family tree will not continue if you cannot fucking produce your own biological children. Will it? So I think it's a bloody tragedy, and just don't do it. There's no fucking need. We like you the way you are. You don't have to freak out so much. You know what I mean? It's all good. And you know what? You're more than welcome to come to church. Of course you are. I invite you. Go to anybody church. People don't really care. It's all good. You know what I mean? I believe the Holy Spirit will do a good work in you and help you out. We all need help. No one's perfect. So it's all good, mate. All right? So thanks again for listening to another rant. Cheers.